Enjoy your meal, friends, everyone who eats, and also good evenings to everyone who doesn't eat. Now, March 8th is not far off. The day is practically upon us, and therefore, friends, among my subscribers, there are also men who are impatiently waiting for how we can please our beloved wives, girlfriends, women, in other words. And of course, I have a great way for you to increase the productivity and power of your love machine in anticipation of March 8th, so that starting from today, you can start to please.
To please and be pleased, to have fun together in anticipation of March 8th and then for a few more days. So, friends, today you will learn how to increase the blood flow to your love instrument to its maximum level so that it is filled with it to the refusal. In some cases, 150%. This is March 8th. 150% of you requires the function of your love machine. It directly depends on two factors: innervation and blood supply. Innervation is how your love tool is connected to your main brain because it reacts to the surroundings, what happens around, and thus its filling with blood happens. So, friends, be prepared during this video that your love instrument can be filled with blood from 100 to 150% already in the process. And therefore, prepare your partner so that, if anything, check the quality of the work done today. We will deal with you with the fact that we will fill your love instrument with blood. So, friends, his blood supply directly, from what you think, depends on the function of the muscles. Muscles affect the flow, the outflow of blood, and also they affect the innervation of your organ, of your love instrument. Because if the nerve that participates in the maintenance of muscle tone of the pelvic floor and also your love cube tango is squeezed, it negatively affects its hardness, so to speak, relative and absolute. So, friends, we won't talk for long. You understand all the importance, all the responsibility that lies on you before March 8th, so we immediately get down to business. It will be of great importance for us to have berry muscles. There are several of them there. The large gluteal muscle, the medium, and the small gluteal muscle. And also under them is the pear-shaped muscle. This whole complex of muscles has a great significance in supporting the function of your unspeakable organ of love. Many animals pay attention to the condition of the gluteal muscles of the females, as if checking their condition for the continuation of the species. It's embedded in genetics, friends. So, in order for the gluteal muscle to work so that it does not interfere with blood supply, we need to remove certain areas of tension in it, which directly affect the softness or hardness of your character. There are certain points on the gluteal muscle itself by acting on which you can achieve unprecedented successes, and legends will be told about you in your city or village. So, friends, where are these points that will ensure your success and popularity? They are located directly on the gluteal muscle itself and on the cross here. Right now, we are working them out. I will show how to work them out, how to find them in the first place. Already want to. Prepare the outlines. Here is the upper edge of the sacrum. And first of all, you need to find all the diseased places here, which are under the upper this sacrum. In all this area, now I'll show on myself approximately where it is. Here is the cross, here it is, the cross, but here in this area, this part, There will be enough sick spots, sick points, and it is them that you need to work out. It's impossible to do this with your hands. For this, you need a ball. Maybe it's a tennis ball, or there are specially such balls for massage, and your task is to work out this whole part in the process. When you will massage, the pain may give somewhere to different parts, maybe to the zone of the sacrum, maybe a little down the leg. Nothing scary. The pressure decreases slightly and continue. That is, you take the ball. First, if you never do, you didn't do it. Standing against the wall, stood up, and so you can in motion, you can without motion found a sick point pressed and hold for 10 seconds. If it is not very sick, then in motion slightly. Do if the disease is not very strong, then you can carry out the same procedure. And lying down, you take the ball, and so just lie on it, a little turn god. And here you will feel all these sick parts. They negatively affect the work of your tools, which you will need on March 8th, and your task is to completely remove. You still have time. You have a few days. Completely remove all this disease. Because it affects both the inflow and the outflow of blood, we do this from both sides, right and left, especially in this part. The next part is right at the cross, right here. You also put the ball and hold it, but you can hold 1 point for 30 seconds well. From 30 seconds to a minute, you act on 1 point, the same thing here. That's all you've worked out. All these diseases have been removed. This is just the first stage. With this, we improve the flow, improve the muscle tone. But we still need to train all of this further. So, friends, the next step is training the pelvic floor muscles, which gives you the ability to use these muscles at the right moment. How to learn to control these muscles? The moment when you go to the toilet again, your task is to try to interrupt the stream. Not with your hand, but with the tension of muscles you do this. Be careful, don't overdo it. So your task is to strain something and stop the flow. If you've managed to do this, then you restore it back. But remember, you strained at this moment. These are exactly the muscles that you will be training. What to do next? At any moment, for example, you are standing in line at the store for flowers, of course, on March 8th, and start trying to tense these muscles. At first, they will tense up just like that, very weakly, because most likely you have never tried to train them. As much as you can, tense and relax. There are 2 types of workouts here. The first one you tense, relax. Do this about 15-20 times rest and repeat a few sets. The second method is prolonged static tension of these muscles. You tense, hold this tension to start. Well, start with at least 5 seconds. Then gradually you can bring it up to 20 seconds too. Not everyone will be able to tense and hold for a long time right away. That's normal, nothing scary, it's a matter of training. Just like you trained your biceps or chewing muscles when you eat, they also get trained. This will also be trained in the same way. The main thing is to start using it. Well, friends, this is all kind of common knowledge. And now there is also a reverse Kegel exercise. Because if you only do what strains these muscles, there might be a side effect where there will be spasms from excessive strain, especially if these muscles are unevenly strained. The reverse Kegel exercise is the relaxation of these muscles. That is, at the moment when you strain these muscles. Here is the pelvic floor, for example, schematically depicted. They kind of slightly pull up in you. That's the direction their movement happens during contraction. And the reverse movement would be you can pull in your stomach and you can puff out, exhale your stomach, and the reverse movement is the protrusion of these muscles outward. That is, you need to make these muscles elastic. Also, a side effect of training these muscles is the prevention of prostatitis. Or, if it exists, then the improvement of the condition of all this mess. That is, your task here is to relax and slightly protrude these muscles of the pelvic floor. And a more powerful exercise, more effective, is when you combine these two movements. That is, you have a muscle. First, you need to completely relax it, slightly inflate it, so to speak. How to learn to do this movement? The same thing, you will have to go to the toilet again, you went to the toilet again, but now you don't need to stop your stream, for example. Try to strengthen it, make it so strong that, well, approximately up to 5 atmospheres it's strengthened. No, it's a joke. Well, that is, your task is to speed up the process. That is, so that the liquid no longer comes out at such an angle, but approximately at such an angle. At least under such conditions. So that is, speed it up. And so you have such a movement happening. You also memorize it with your muscle memory and then use it in training. You first train these two movements separately. That is, you train to tense them and you train to relax them. And then you try to do this together. That is, you tense and relax, tense and relax, tense and relax. There's a certain cleverness here. This is just for you, men. I'm telling you, who have watched up to this point. Look, the position of the feet. Here it's important. The position of the feet. If you need to strain these muscles, you do such a position.
Toes together, toes to the side. In this position, your muscles will work better.
You can check, stand up, make this movement. In this position, the muscle contraction will be more powerful, more qualitative. If you need to relax these muscles, you stand in the opposite position. Spread your toes to the sides, turn your feet slightly outward. In this position, it will be easier for you to relax. Oh, you can also compare the relaxation of these muscles, as if you want to give birth, if you are familiar with this feeling. It seems, I think. So, friends, you are training all these muscles just throughout the day, at any moment. Sitting, standing, behind the wheel. When you eat, when you lie down. Rest when you lie down. Work when you lie down. Think when you lie down. Watch TV when you lie down and just lie down. Think, for example, about it doesn't matter. So, besides this, anyone who has problems in that, initially, it will be bad to get all this, because the muscles are poorly developed. But there is a way, how, with the help of the work of the gluteal muscles, also to put a load on all these muscles. You just lie on your back, bend your legs, and lift your pelvis up. Here, your gluteal muscle will automatically tense up. And first, you just lift and lower your pelvis. Do 2-3 sets of 10 times each. Next, you lift your pelvis, and in this position, you start moving your knees in and out. Place your feet closer to each other. In and out, in and out. This way, the blood flow to the pelvic organs improves, and the gluteal muscle is strained. Preparations for the March 8th celebration are underway in this manner. For this, you take a roller, for example. Like this one, well, you can use anything, a small ball, a pillow, and you squeeze it between your knees, just like this. And in this position, you also lift your pelvis and make about 10-15 movements like this. Also, keep it steady for 1-2 times like this. In this position, your muscles will work slightly at a different angle. Different parts of the abdominal muscles. Also, to relieve the spasm of the pelvic floor muscles, try doing this breathing exercise. During breathing, when you inhale and your lower abdomen moves, try to slightly pull it in and relax the pelvic floor muscles during exhalation. That is, don't breathe with your stomach, but breathe with this part of your body. Of course, it won't move, but because your stomach won't protrude as much, these muscles will relax a bit. But ideally, you need to learn this technique. Well then, friends, now your weapon is in your hands. Now, you're not afraid of the upcoming March 8th. Now you can delight yourself and your life partner with your powerful 320% blood-filled bicep, about which legends will be told. So, friends, if this topic is interesting to you, if you want to make your love muscle shine in the sun and delight everyone around, write in the comments what you think, how you feel, where you are. And so, until new broadcasts,